All right, guys. So, as hot rodders, we all know we have a problem and we have enablers. Now, in my last video, you guys, may have caught the fact that I said JJ was my supplier, if you will. And yet again, we were out by his place. Sunday fun day. Wife wanted to go antiquing, and I like to randomly find books or anything that just arouses my interest, right? So I went over there. I dropped some tires off for El Taxi, which he's going to try to make into a daily driver, a nice runner so he can sell. And as you guys know, I picked up a 403 from one of his friends. And I have two 350s here that are going to become something at some point. But in the meantime, I can pick parts off of it if I need for the 403. So rods or whatever. But I think that 403 has never, ever been touched, I think. The cylinders were stuck, but hopefully the bores aren't that bad to the point where it would need an overbore. I hope. So we'll see. That will determine that. And then if not, then we will continue and follow through with a small block 350 build. And I think at this point, I would do a send it build and just see if somebody will knurl those pistons I have so I can reuse them. So either way, without getting too far into it, yes, yet again, I'm diving into another freaking engine build. But this one's going to be different. I'm going to take my time. Some stuff may see the machine shop. But I'm going to try to keep it super low buck. So I got a set of number 8 heads, which I'm not going to use, and 2 sets of 7 heads on these. And the ones all the way in the back came from an actual running car that ran good. So those are probably the best cores that I know where they came from. So I picked up an RPM intake from JJ at a very fair current market price, which, as you guys know, these parts are hard to get right now. So he knew I wanted it, and he knew he could sell it to me, so he got me good. I'm not mad, JJ. You just know how to get me. So I'm sure he's going to see this and laugh. So I told you guys about those big valves I got from my buddy, and they're 207s or 217s. They're big. Let's see. Making weird noises here. So the valves are 207 and 171 on the exhaust, and there is a reason for that big exhaust size, but that's what they ran with. So I got those. I also picked up a set of Harlan Sharps from JJ, and I think we're only missing 1 or 2 push rods, but I think I have something close enough. I don't mind running a mismatch pushrod set. I did it in the past actually as a means to overcome a sticking lifter. Long story and explanation on the reason why I did that, but it was my way of not having to take the cylinder heads off and having the guides cut down. Not the guide bosses, I should say, cut down. So long story short, on cold startup, the lifter was sticking, and I didn't have I had minimal clearance between the retainer and the valve guide boss. And with the pushrod size that I knew I needed, I was still bottoming out the retainer when the lifter was sticking, and I was bending pushrods. So I ended up going with 2 short pushrods on 1 cylinder, just so they matched, but it was only 1 lifter that was sticking. And I think it was a 50,000th shorter pushrod. Saved me from having to take the whole top and back apart, or at least most of it anyway. So there's that. So either way, I also got a comp cam setup that's already been broken in with matched lifters. I have 2 timing sets. One came from Big Jer. And then I have main and rod bearings still from the last 350 build that we just about to pull off the stand. So really, all I need is rings and rod bearings. I'm sorry, I said rod bearings. I actually have cam bearings and main bearings. I need rod bearings. And then I got the oil pump that I cleaned out that I'm going to reuse. I just got to get the correct spring for it, or just put the slightly higher one on there. So we have that. And I'm yet to pick up a Moroso deep sump oil pan I got from another friend of mine. So far, between the parts I picked up today, the oil pan, and the 403, I have under $1,000. And then the cam and lifter set, I think I paid 175. So we're just a hair over $1,000 for this build as it sits just in static parts. And that's pretty good. So this is going to be like a really good low buck build. This will kind of be just a super fun build. Like I'm trying to get closer to 10-to-1 compression. Nothing fancy on the bottom end. I am consulting with another olds guy who is very well known for 403s. That's who I got the cam from, Dr. Dan. He's the man with the 403 plan, if you will. That rhymes. So either way, I just wanted to let you guys know that, I guess I kind of ended up with another engine build. And then if this engine build goes good and everything is fine and dandy, then, this 403 is actually going to find its way into the Bonneville. The Bonneville needs a little bit more oomph. I don't want to really race this car, but it needs to lay rubber easy. It needs to have that fun factor. The 350 that's in there has been in there for a long time, and it struggles to move this car just a little bit. I mean, it keeps up with traffic. It gets out of its way, but I want to be able to lay into it and burn a little rubber. You know what I'm saying? And with this car, it'll spin the tires, but it's not going to scorch them. I want a little bit of scorching power. So that's all I'm really after with the 403. No real ETs. We might take it down the track, but this is going to be a low rev engine. We're going to be done at 5,000 RPM. So follow along. I'm sure I'm going to be an idiot and dive into it sooner than I should, but whatever. At this point, I do have something that's contingent that I still have to bring here home as a project. And I probably won't touch the 403 until then. But we're going to take stuff apart, clean stuff up, get stuff ready. In the meantime, stuff we can take care of without spending a lot of money. I got a fine selection of push rods there. I actually do have some valve springs that I have to get checked out to make sure they'd be good for this cam. And just a little Sunday fun day. We went out and picked up parts. Yet again, I am in debt to JJ, which is always the case. He floats me the parts until I can pay him, but he knows I'm good for it. So thank you, sir. You're like my parts shark, not a loan shark. So hot rodding can be fun, guys. I'm very lucky to have the friends I do. So either way, let you guys go. Share, like, subscribe. Bye.